All right, so welcome to Bronze Basics, where I'll be watching a code of every single hero in Bronze. Today we have a Bronze Basics on Ramattra, everybody's favorite tempo tank. Let me know if you know that reference, by the way. That's a good one. Void Accelerator. A lot of the way you want to play Ramattra is a lot of like poke them out from distance until you can kind of gap close. Basically just trying to get to them before you use your Nemesis form. Because if you use your Nemesis form 5 seconds away from them, well, you're probably going to waste that cooldown. So with Ramattra, you want to get as close as you can. Void Barrier, which is pretty straightforward. It's your shield. It can be used as a way for burst damage. I like to use it as an escape. So if I need to back away, the shield will block away all the damage. Put it a little bit in front of me, allowing me to kind of gap close with that shield. This is an ability that is kind of going to be used randomly, and you're going to have so many moments to use it. You're just going to have to react correctly to the correct situation. Vortex is really good. When you throw it, you drop it down to the ground. It can bring flyers down to the ground. It also does a bit of burst damage now when you activate it, which is a big part of it. Try to use it either in a huge crowd of people on their team, or try to use it as like, hey, they're trying to escape out. I'm going to lead off my vortex over here. Probably the best way to possibly use it is to think about where they're escaping to. And with being able to reactivate it, in the air, it gives you a little bit more agency over how you can get those limps. So look to utilize it to slow them, to add that extra burst damage, and then follow up with Nemesis form or your Void Accelerator. So basically, Nemesis form, you gain a bunch of armor and you just basically punch them. Now, this punch does have a range. Your range is a little bit longer. You want to be able to pummel, go in, do a bunch of damage. I think it's really good to finish a kill. Void Accelerator is a projectile, so Nemesis form pummel gives you a little bit more opportunity to kind of send that extra oomph in there. Also does AoE damage, so if you have a bunch of people in front of you, you can punch multiple people. It also has a speed boost effect to it, so you can kind of speed boost in, but I do think I want you to use it more as like a finisher or like a runaway type of situation. Like they pop like that BAP window, and then you Nemesis form and just peace out. When you block, which is when you're not punching, obviously, you're just going to reduce a crap ton of damage. Try to activate it before you get to a really low HP, because sometimes you'll pop it a little bit too late and fall over and be like, well, what the heck was the point of that? And then Annihilation is your ultimate. Basically, it has this huge AoE that does damage to all the targets. You can hold block during this. You don't have to shoot at them. You can run at them if you want to. You can decide to be defensive or aggressive. It basically is a team wipe ultimate, but keep in mind, it's okay if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You just back away and then go again on your next Annihilation. Use it to either finish kills or just to kind of start off a team fight. And remember, just because you're doing a bunch of damage does not mean that you're invulnerable. Use that block. Ramattra is very situational with how he kind of uses his cooldowns, and that's something that you'll kind of get the gameplay flow of as you go. From the perk side, you have Relentless Form, which is while Nemesis form is active, eliminations extend the duration by 2 seconds. Half duration gained during Annihilation. I'll be honest with you, I don't really use this perk. I feel like the minor perks for Ramattra are like, okay. I use Prolonged Barrier, the other minor perk, where Void Barrier's duration and size is increased by 25%. A little bit more shield uptime. Larger shield for me just makes more sense for the overall team fight. If Relentless Form works for you, and it could, it very much could, then you send it. I'm just kind of giving you my perk preference. It's all about playstyles, and everybody has a different playstyle. Major perk, we have Void Surge. Void Accelerator periodically releases a burst of 6 additional projectiles during continuous fire. This is my favorite one. It basically adds like a shotgun effect to your left click. I love this for extra burst damage. It allows for me to do extra damage to shield. And the other one is Nanite Repair, or whatever that is. Ramatra's healed for 100 health per second while within Ravenous Vortex. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this only heals Ramatra. It's kind of like, you know how Winston's bubble heals everybody? Ramatra's only heals himself, and that's why I don't use it as much. Take what feels best for you, but if I had to tell you my 2 perk selections that I use, it's Prolonged Barrier and Void Surge, but again, go with what's best for you. And that's Ramattra. Hope you enjoy the VOD that go with this, and have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're from. All right, so today's video, we're gonna be watching a Bronze 1 Ramattra on PC, playing Gibraltar. Very interesting map selection here. And they say, I've always been on and off with Overwatch, with this last stint being over a year before the relaunch, having stopped around when Mauga released. That was a good timing. I've always liked Ramattra for his flexibility of long range and close range capabilities. Recently, I decided to go back into ranked after not touching it since Ramattra was added, and it was a game. The start was rough. Our DPS kept being reckless while I kept trying to keep most of them safe, and one kept getting picked off by Widow. They kept switching and ended the game with 6,000 damage. We somehow managed to win in the end, though, even with me missing the first checkpoint in the second half as my headset died. I got wired up after the death there. Wired up. Wow, that's a way to, yeah. Dude, you wired up right now? Nah, man, I'm wireless, dude. Dude, you gotta get wired up. I'm not sure where I should begin improvements, or is that an out-of-control type of game? Sure, let's see what you got going here. Let's find out, chat. All right, you got a shield. You got Ramattra versus Ramattra on Gibraltar. I'm ready. All right. Oh, wait, are we watching the tank? Oh, my bad. So far you're playing Sniper Ramattra, and everybody else has gone in front of you. So off to a rough start here. Remember, space creation comes from creating space. So you want to... There you go. Much better. This is so much better. Yes. Now, if you did that prior, I don't know if that would have been the result, but remember, you are the tank. Your teammates rely on you to be in front of them, not all the time. There was many opportunities for you to go Nemesis for him, and you sat there and waited. All right, so see how, like, the Ramattra is? Put a shield up between the soldier, anywhere around there, if you want to. Yeah, I'll take it. Yep. The Ramattra shield is not a Mei wall, so we want to push past that a little bit. And you're gonna go down. When they're low, you can go and get the kills there. You had opportunity. Once they put their shield up, you just stood there and broke the shield. You can go through there, and when Nemesis form, you can go into block bot if you need to. You just block and you skill express, and you just sit there, right? Nope. Shield, while can be good to block off certain damages and things like that, one thing I have learned recently on Ramattra, use your shield as a good escape route or as a way when you get closer to them, as you did previously. Popping your shield out of spawn is a good way to have 10 seconds of just this, where you're doing nothing. Again, you're playing a lot of sniper Ramattra. Let's talk about pathing. Pathing this way, right here, see? Safe. They can't see you. Pathing this way, they can see you. So remember, when you path, you're going to hear me use this a lot more now, is this way. See? Now you get here, they can't do much damage to you, then you can make a decision. Do I go for kills right here, or do I go up the stair? Obviously, either or is an option. You can clear out those angles and make them have to look at you. In the end, as long as they're looking at you, you're doing a good job. But either way, this is just playing sniper Ramattra. You're playing... You see how you're in the middle of the open too? And then you're using your shield because your positioning is off? Now you have no shield. Now you're just waiting. Their shield's gonna go down now because of the timings, but like, now what? Have you noticed something here? You're backing up the whole time. So you want to learn to be a little bit more proactive and aggressive here and play corners. But so far, you're not really playing the corners. You're running it down middle. This is why I really talk about positioning a lot of the time to players, because it's so important to understand that this pathing is very important for you. So stop running it down mid, basically. Let's start with that. You're playing an aggressive tank with the ability to take map control. Yep. Okay. We gotta. You're playing sniper Ramattra and you're afraid to go up. You gotta be more aggressive. And again, I want to teach people this. Aggression does not mean run it down mid. Aggression can be as simple as pathing this way and then surprising them. Pathing this way, taking map control. There needs to be something more than just running it down mid and sniper Ramattra. You also have an ultimate that could be effective here. Remember, you know they don't have Ramattra ult? So there's, okay, well, there goes your jetpack cat tank, and that's... Up front, move up. There you go. That soldier decided that. There you go. Space control is huge. Play more aggressive. Yep. Go deny the space in the doorway, by the way. What I would do in that situation is not stand in the cart. I'd be up there denying any of the space from this doorway. So that way they have no room to work with. Just ult. I just want to see you ult just to see if you hit the button. No. You want to... All right. But remember, pathing, walls. This is not good positioning. Look at this. This is what they see. See? You're going, oh, I'm in a safe spot, but you're really not. You're in the middle of the open, which means that your cover has distance here, your cover has distance here, and a little bit distance here. Either way, they can do a crap ton of damage to you, which then puts stress on the rest of your team. So what I do in this situation, say I put the shield here, I make a decision. I go here, and I start playing a different angle, not my favorite spot, or I go up the stairs during that and take the high ground. Either way, this is better than standing in the middle of the open, which has been kind of the trend that you're doing when you're tanking. This puts stress on your supports. This puts your teammates out of position. This puts you out of position. Now you went to cover, so now you're here. So now you want to use and utilize this cover. You can still do damage as long as you play close to the wall. But see how you're going back and forth like that? That's not what you want to do. And now you've backed up. See? I want you to think more about going forward, but going forward in the sense of you're using cover to get there and you can stop at any point as long as you're using cover to get to where you need to get to. But because your position is bad, you take a lot of early damage, and then you default to hitting your S key over and over again, which is not creating that space for your team. So let's talk about this. If I'm at this point, where is my next goal? Run this way and go down mid? No, it's gonna be, I wanna get here first. If I can establish this takes away this, okay? Then, when I get to here, I can either go up this doorway, or I can slightly back up and go this way. Again, notice something? Cover. Cover is now blocking this. Then, if I control this part of the map, is to go path this way, because there's a health pack here, and then I can keep going up this way, and again, I have cover pretty much the whole way. If you go right side, you can end up taking the high ground, having cover. If you go down middle, that's where you're going to struggle. Don't do that. See what that Ramattra did? Don't do that. I don't know what just happened. Oh, wait, is this where... I don't know what happened. But anyway, okay. Got the kill. I want you to take note of your pathing right now when you're watching this. I feel like you don't... It's like you purposely don't play cover. You know what I mean? It's like you purposely don't play cover. You're just running down middle. I haven't said anything. But why are you afraid to use your ultimate? You kind of had it and then never used it. Yeah, and then you ult right at the end, like, oh, wait a second, what does this do? You haven't picked a hero yet? So this is the headset issue, right? That's the headset issue that happened, Chad. There was mention that the headset broke, so... my suggestion is, if you're in that situation, be there with your team at the beginning. As you're trying to find your cord, or like it's nearby, I don't know if it was in a different room, then try to adjust it. But obviously you want to at least be there at the beginning. And then like that way they don't like think they have a free team fight on you. At the same time, you're back to running them down mid again. So we'll see what happens. So they got wired up? Yeah, true. What's the rank? Bronze 1. Good play. I like that kill. Remember, prioritize cover though. Nope. That's on that's middle of the open. Yep, and here we go. Middle of the open. Middle, yep, alrighty. Backing away, and we're away. Okay, yeah. Now you can play cover if you would like. You don't have to... Yep. Cover would be the... I don't know where your soldier just came from, but that's a whole different story. Aim-wise, you can slightly move your mouse a little bit left. Right click. Right click reduces damage. So that's why I wanted you to right click. All right. Yep, middle. Okay, so again, you're doing some of the right stuff, like going for the back line. But this is why cover is so important. You notice how you never settle? Like, you never settle? It's because you're taking so much damage. And when you have bad positioning, your teammates have to exert more cooldowns to save you. Your aim is going to be worse because you're kind of like going, holy crap, I'm taking a bunch of damage. I got to figure out what to do. Play closer to walls. Okay? You're going for that, Anna. I know you are. Like, I'm not even questioning it. This is like, okay. Let's see what happens. You notice how you're just standing still? Let's get out of that habit too, because if you're, the people in front of you may not be able to shoot you, but yep, look what you're doing. The Widow's, okay, the Widow's there. Just back away. I'm going to solve this issue for you here. You're right here. Back away right here. Just for a second. Now you've created a line of sight away from that. Your teammate can catch up on heals. Create an off angle for your Kiriko, so that way if they go here, your Kiriko can do damage to you and then do that. If you go the other way, then you eventually can be with your teammates. But stop, stay in the middle of the open. This is going to be one of those rare moments where I'm not even going to give you any other, like, full feedback on, like, how to, you know, yeah, maybe I'll remind you to use your ultimate. But, like, it's your positioning that's causing a lot of your problems. Yep. You're just not playing cover. I mean, literally, you are in the middle of the open at all times. Oh, right to your left. Look at that. Right there. There's some cover. There's not. Right there. To your left. There's... Are you like a magnet to the ground here somewhere? Am I missing something? Like, you just end up not ever... It's like you're like, oh, that's cover. I cannot go there. I'm sorry, but I cannot be there for this cover. That would not... I would not be able to utilize that correctly. I'm not doing that. Like right here. Again, example. You don't need to push here. If you do push here, your cover's here, but more than likely you want to kind of utilize this cover, right? But if you really want to push up here, back and forth, back and forth. I'm afraid of this angle on you. That's why I'm concerned. When you're here, that eliminates this angle and allows you to do that. But again, that's not the worst case here. Let's see what your choice is. That's the easiest kill ever. You just ran it down this sight line here with no opportunity for cover and then got basically two-shot. I'm telling you, I know I keep mentioning cover to you. The moment you fix this, your gameplay is already going to improve. Be careful here. Remember, there's a lot happening. Yeah, good projectile land. I'm glad they perfect point would be ideal. All right. Now be careful of getting too aggro here. But hey, you know what? Honestly, if you ult, I'm okay with it. If you were to ult this to win, I just want to. I honestly, at this point, that you're going to win the team fight. I just want to see a damn ultimate at this point. So I'm just wait. Yep. Okay, now reset. Don't fight in the middle of the open because now it's going to get wild and you're not going to be in a good spot. You're already not in a good spot. Let's get you in a better spot now. Here we go. Here we go. Please hit the ult button. I'll take it out. Yep. The good news is this is fixable. Okay, good Vortex. Vortex has been solid. Yep. It'll settle the aim a little bit there. Been there, done that though. This is bombs, yes. You don't have to ult this right now. You know what? I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, at least the button was hit, okay? At least it was it. Reason why I didn't want to use the ult because it was such a good Mei ultimate that you can just left click everybody down. But you know what? The button was hit. I can't be asking for the ultimate and then get mad if you use it. We'll take it. All right, we'll take it. Okay. Remember the positioning here. Middle of the open is not good. Yep. Still waiting. Okay, aggressive with the Kitsune. I like this. You just accidentally used cover, by the way. And if you notice, you didn't get two-shot while running at them in a straight line. I just want to show you an example of where you use cover. I don't think you did it on purpose. You used the cover down this sight line, which means that only somebody right here would be able to shoot you. And because you didn't run it down middle and take all the damage here, you freely got to their back line, got a kill, and still have half HP to go with. See? You just use cover all the way here, and look what happens. How much easier is that when you're not taking all your HP there? So, gotta clean up the gameplay when it comes to your positioning. Things will get better across the board. You'll start to process things better. Aim will improve. I can't promise that, but like generally, when the positioning's good, it helps everybody. It helps your teammates. It helps you. So I really want you to start prioritizing cover. Path better. You know, hug corners, hug walls. It's okay occasionally to end up in the middle, but stop like doing the back and forth. Like you're not playing ping pong. Like stop going back and forth between the two walls and like not staying behind one of them. You start to do that, you're gonna have such a better gameplay. And of course, just to add on to this, use your ultimate more often. You probably used your ultimate maybe 3 times that game. And I think you could have had 10 ultimates in the amount of time that, or even 11 ultimates for the amount of time that you didn't use your ultimate. Worst comes to worst, you use it for the extra layer of survivability. When you pop your ultimate, it gives you the armor for Nemesis form. You hold right click, you sit there, at that point, you're at least doing something. But when you don't use your ultimate and you play in the middle of the open, you're going to make it tough on your teammates. That's where the games will feel inconsistent. Work on that, and I'm telling you, you'll see an improvement because your positioning is your number one problem. The rest of that will get better as you go. You got this. You absolutely got this. You like the video? Make sure to the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own spectating? My Discord's where to do that. And if you want to watch another one of these bronze basics or any of the spectatings, it's going to pop up down over here. So click that if you want to. It's going to be a good one. With that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.